There we go. Let me repeat that for the main YouTube channel, for the YouTube channel and the Facebook channels that I was just muted in. Good morning. I'm Boundy, psychic medium, bringing together the daily Lenormand card spread reading. And yes, there's quite a few technology issues this morning. And as I mentioned, in that silence of a muted microphone on my Be Live, yes, I've had a good weekend, and it meant that I did sleep in again this morning, which is fine. I'm in semi-retirement-y sort of stuff. I do work through the day, but it's getting a bit later in the starts, as you are evidencing from these, later starts, obviously. Now, we are here for the cards, though, so I'm going to whiz across to those. Say g'day again to those who are watching in replay. Thank you for being here. And those who are watching live. I know that the notifications are becoming fairly erratic and irregular on the Facebook, so I've just allowed a little time there so you can catch up and possibly be watching in live stream mode. So I'll whiz across to the cards now. Do connect in with your psychic senses and your spirit realms, your spirit guides, those that are of the angelics, whatever avenue you use to connect in with, the inner self, your soul self that connects and gets the meaning from the cards that you need for today. So here we go. And they are already zoomed in because I didn't check that first. So here we have the cards. I'll just bring them down a bit closer to me. We have got the Gilded Reverie Lenormand again, of course, which is Ciro Marchetti's deck creation, and it's the expanded deck. We've got the key, the man, young man, and the lilies today, with the owl card being, let's have a look. It is those who fly solo have the strongest wings, which is very interesting considering I've just finished listening, reading, whatever way you call audio books. I've just finished reading The Fourth Wing. Oh, absolutely, listening to it, absolutely fantastic book, but it really does hang you on the end a little. So if ever you do get the chance to hear it, read it, it's a wonderful book. Now I'll zoom in. Now let's go and have a look at these cards in their fuller sense, and I shall just pull our card to the side a bit so we can concentrate on what we have here in front of us. Now, the center card is the one that I will read as being the general energy for our day. It's the theme, and being the young man, it's bringing in that masculine again. So we seem to be having a bit of an influence from that in the last couple of days as far as the masculine. So certainly tap into that. That's giving you more of a groundedness and the ability to look at things a little more practically, because I do sense that the masculine is along that. If we bring the balance of what is nature into the realm of our consciousness and thoughts, it is that is like the hunter and the gatherer, that the roles are there to be performed as the natural course of how the bodies are structured in what we do as far as the masculine and feminine. The hunter is more that is the athletic strength and instinct to go out and hunt and gain that is good nourishment and food for family and tribe. And the gatherer being more the feminine to nurture and keep stable the children, the babies, the pregnancies, and the nurturing of what is the potential coming of future generations, and being able to be protected from that is the predatory state of, in the wild, it was the wild animals and etc. But it's also being able to gather that is the fruits of the earth and to nourish and sustain, being able to be that balance of what is nature, the natural state of things. I'm feeling that very much today as I'm looking out my window as well, the natural state of what our physical sense of the earth is, with our seasons, with the cycles of the weather. And right now we've got grey, rainy clouds gathering again to nurture the earth with the moisture, the rain, that is sustaining for that part of the cycle, and then it will be the sunshine to bring out that is the growth factor, the photosynthesis, the photosynthesis, all of that stuff. I can't phrase the word now. I know what it is, but it's not coming out. So here we have that contemplation of what's come, what we're going to be looking forward to, as far as our whole theme of the day, in that masculine sense of we are going to be getting things done as they're needing to be put into place. I think, as far as I'm feeling a sense of planning with it today. So lock into that and connect with that for your looking forward, for your intentions. What are your intentions? So here we are. Now we're looking at the key that is sitting in the home space. So it is open what needs opening. The key has let free this door to have that bloom really blossom. It's setting free the bird that would have been in it, because we do recognize this as a bird cage. So it's bringing forward that is our wings to fly free in the home space. We've got the key in our control, so certainly put it into action as to what are we about to set ourselves free for. Allow whatever is needed to be felt, whatever is needed to be seen, touched, all the senses that we have in our day-to-day, so that we are experiencing the fullness of who we are. And at this point, we are in that safety of our home space. Make it safe, be safe, feel that you are able to be set free to fly solo, like the owl is suggesting. So strengthen our wings, really get into the who we are, and sensing that inner essence of ourselves for our day-to-day. And we are in amongst our family, our home space, those who know us really well. Learn to know yourself even more and more deeply is what I'm getting. The key is to opening up what those depths and shadows are, that we are continuing to grow in our own strength to fly our solo journey. That's just what I'm getting from what the owl's telling me from that card we've got today. Swing it over to the lilies that are sitting in our workspace. Now, in the workspace, this really is bringing in that has been tradition, past stuff that's been done in a particular business maybe, and the way that things have been to grow it to where it is. We can see that reflection with that stained glass windows. It's not needing to venerate to the same, oh gee, what word is that? Bring it forward. I'm going to have to look that one up in the dictionary. It's bringing it forward so that, yes, what we have grown from as far as the past history and how we're doing our work, that has been a good foundation. But what we're needing to do is grow forward in our own strength and our own fresh blossoms. Here we have in the home space that beautiful fresh bloom that's coming from the rosebud. Now we have the lilies, which are the wisdoms of the ancients, and that brings forward that beautiful calming spirit of knowing that inner self and growing that to its tallest, to its own individuality, not just mimicking these reflections that are behind, even though they do look very, very similar. They are not exactly the same. We have grown past what we've been taught, and we are taking off in our own strengths. Here's this one bloom here that I can see that is not being reflected in the background. It is growing its own individual, that independence and striking forward. This here in the center is likely the same and will bring its own colors to the story of what our workspace is going to be. So stretch yourself as much as you can in what you know, in the skills that you have, and even learn and grow more that are not just reliant on the past history, on previous knowings. This is going out and exploring and discovering for yourself that new path of growth that you are going to sprout into in your workspace. Discover new things. Go and grow in your own sense and being. That's what I'm feeling from the lilies today. So we really are looking at We have some things we can contemplate, but it's only to sprout forward, to move forward, set ourselves free and grow in our own way of who we are independently and individually as the people we are, as the souls that we are in a burgeoning and growing humanity. Feeling that sense of compassion and nurturing and definitely the unconditional love, never leave that behind. Have that sense of deep love in your heart for all things. Okay. Oh, gee, that one sprouted out, didn't it? What spirit has for us sometimes we have no control. Well, we have control over. We still always will have choice for a yes and a no. And I don't think maybe even sitting on the fence is just not an option. I think really it is touching into that inner self, our inner soul, engaging for ourselves what is our core essence in what we want to put out as our own intention into the world, and make those choices from that and why we've chosen to be where we are in this particular time of, what time is, how we gauge it, but why are we here, and start really and learning and growing, really understanding that why we are here. And sometimes it's not the glorious role of being important, famous, and all those things we might have dreamed of as children. Sometimes it can be that smallest thing that connects with another person that is our only purpose of being here. And once that's done, just tap into what your spirit guides are guiding you toward when you're learning to understand more and more of that inner self, of who you are, and purpose. And, what sort of purpose? It can be from the small to the big, but we do take on what we are meant to be here for. Grab it grab it. Grab it while we have the chance, because we'll still end up achieving that purpose in a different way, maybe, if you don't grab it now, So, wow, this reading resonates so much with you as you left your job where you were so unhappy and now waiting to do your own art and teaching biz. Oh, wow, I'm totally willing to learn and grow new skills. That sounds absolutely amazing, Emma. Thank you so much for sharing that. It is wonderful, isn't it, when we can jump in and really trust ourselves, because it is that's within us that we're needing to follow, not so much what society is dictating is the mores of the time. Anyway, there's words flowing. It's almost like I'm not able to control it at the moment, which I probably am not. So I'll leave it there with each of you to suss out for yourselves, really delve deep and know that inner self, whether you call it your higher self, whether it's the inner child, in whatever way it's phrased. What is it about? Taking our own journey. And we are in this as solo, but we've got so many others around us working towards the same, that we are actually a oneness in all of it as our humanity guides us. We are still human. So thank you. Oh, look, be the best you. And tomorrow, hopefully, I might be even closer to the 8 to 8:30. Look, we'll just go with the flow as I do, and keep being you. Namaste.